So this is a card from the deck. It's called Life Loves You. And it's by Louise Hay and Robert Holden. So a reputable pair there. But the card that came up on one side says, everything is working out for my highest good. But on the other side, it says, trust that even in challenging times, the universe, and I would say also God, only wants what's best for you. So we're going to proceed in our practice today with that belief, if that works for you. There's no forcing or projecting onto you, but if you're open to it, and if you have a candle nearby, we could do a candle meditation. I have mine nearby, so if yours is not too far away, we could do a little candle meditation at the end with Shavasana. So I had class here last night, so I have to turn that. All right. So just letting ourselves settle into sacred space. And no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what our beliefs are about what's going on in the world, we still have our connection to Source and to each other and the love that is at the base of that. So we'll just allow that love to wash through us, and the trust that even in challenging times, the universe or the divine intelligence only wants what's best for each of us. So allow your shoulders to relax down, the hair on the back of your neck to soften and smooth out. Let your low back relax and soften, except for using the muscles you need to remain upright. The guides just came in. And create a bubble around you, bigger than your body, just creating a safe, sacred space. It's good practice, because when you're out in the world and you want to create that, you can think of it just like a snap of your fingers and create that sacred space. When I drive, often I'll create a bubble around my car, a bubble of protection. So you can try that if you want to. But create a large enough bubble so when you move around, you'll still be inside of it. And coming into center. And just bring your arms out and place your index finger and long finger in mudra, Bhu Mudra, on your ground, the mat, either side of you, to connect with Earth Mother. We can receive messages from her as well, telepathic messages. But we'll release any toxins or shadowy clouds out of our body, mind, and down into the earth. Now just imagine your arms are wings and they're just lifting off the ground, lifting up slowly, like they're floating up over. And then bring palms together overhead. And then palms down over your heart. And we'll reverse, lifting up, taking in a deep breath. And we'll circle around 3 times. Here's 1. Bringing palms together. Here's 2. Deep breath. Breathing out any stale air. And last time, breathe. And come down. Release your hands. And then we'll do our Tai Chi Rising. Just coming up into standing. Just a few jiggles, just kind of loosen up, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And then separate your feet for a standing twist to loosen and just kind of awaken your spine. Become aware of the pranic tube that is vertical down the center line of your body. And come back to center, feet just comfortably apart, starting with palms over your abdomen. Starting with a deep breath. And bend knees and just lower palms down. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. And reach up, lift the knees. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good. Move the energy in your pranic tube. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. Reach up. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good. One more round. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good, and bring it all into your heart center and abdomen, wherever you feel is appropriate for you in this moment. Notice your energy field. All right, and then open your eyes, shake out your arms, shake it off. A few waddles with your legs, just shake it out. Okay, so just bring hands onto your hips Take in a deep breath. And toes forward, just bend your knees and reach your arms out on the exhale. Breathe it in, hands to your hips, lifting, straightening legs, deep breath. So breathe it out, bend and reach. Breathe it in, straighten. Breathe it out, bend and reach, go a little deeper. And breathe it in, straight. Breathe it out and breathe in. One more, breathe out. And breathe in here, just holding your chair pose. Align your knees over that center line of your foot, toes are forward, and deepen your pose. Reach your hips back, fingertips forward. Bring palms together, into your thumbs to your heart center. Turn to your right and bring your elbow outside your right leg for a prayer twist in chair pose. And bring your hands out. Turn the outer hand forward, the inner hand fingertips towards the elbow. Slide your hands and hook your fingers in Ganesh Mudra. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Invoking Ganesh, the Lord of obstacles, helping to release them, putting them in our place when we need them. Just come back to center, straighten your knees, give your thighs a rest. And then bend your knees once again, other side. So your right arm against the left, left leg, into your prayer twist. And then pivoting in your hands, outer hand fingertips are pointing away. Slide your fingers, hook your fingers into Ganesh Mudra. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Invoking Ganesh. And come back to center. Just bring palms forward and step your feet back into a plank pose. Stretch out your calf muscles as you press your heels away. All right, bend your knees. Let your knees come down onto the mat. Take in a deep breath and bring your left knee in towards your nose. And reach your leg out behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, hold the leg parallel to the floor. Shift your hips so they're both hip bones are pointing to the floor. And then slide your right arm out in tiger pose. Reach on the diagonal through fingertips and toes. Now for stabilization of the core muscles, on that one hand, just lean forward. Feel your core muscles engage. Keep reaching forward. And come back to table pose. If you need to circle around in that left wrist, just work it out. And back to center, starting with your deep breath. And breathe out, bring your right knee to your nose. Inhale, leg behind you, parallel to the floor. Breathe out as you come knee to nose. Inhale out. Breathe out and inhale. Now hold the leg in parallel to the floor position. Shift your hips so they're flush to the floor and reach through your left arm. Stretch on the diagonal. It's good for your body, for your brain. Take in a breath and start to lean forward on that right hand. Just reach through your left fingertips. Come forward, engaging the core, stabilizing those muscles. And bring your hand and knee back to table pose. Let your hips come down onto your heels and relax in child's pose. And just think about the trust that you feel with the universe protecting you and wanting what's best for you. Allow the light of the golden sun. Just imagine it glowing down on your back. Warming and melting anything that is not really you. Relax your shoulders. Just like a little seed planted on the earth. Now we'll let the seed waken and lift. Reach your arms forward. Lift your hips, come forward onto your forearms. Palms can be together, or if you feel more comfortable, you can interlace your fingers. Step your feet back into another plank, the elbow plank. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen through your heels. And lift your left leg as high as it'll go from the hip. And other side, let that foot down, lift your right leg up. And let that foot down. Come up onto your palms and press back into almost a child's pose. No, downward facing dog. All right, walk your feet in, separate your feet and lower your hips down for Malasana. We'll work to open the hips, opening the knee to the back. And come into center, into, Malasana or garland pose. Just allow the knees to press open with your elbows and thumbs to come in towards your heart center. Lengthen in your spine, receiving energy from the earth. Relax in the groin. Now just bring fingertips to the floor, come over onto your right ball of the foot, stretch out in the left with the toes forward, facing the long edge of your mat. Walk your hands over. You want your right hand under your shoulder as you lift and extend your right leg over the foot. Come into your side plank. Nice firm holding. Maybe circle around a few times. See if you can hold your balance as you circle your upper arm. Loosen in that shoulder and reverse. And come up. Bring your hands down. Bring your feet in. Back into Malasana just for a moment. Thought you were done, huh? Okay, bring your fingertips down. Bring the weight over onto your, it'll be your right. And extend the left leg out to the side. Left arm is under your hip. Oh no, I didn't do that right. No, bring the weight onto the left ball. No, we did that before. Okay, we did it like this before. So now we bring this one over. So the top leg goes out to the side. Now we got it. Oh, I got turned around there. So your left palm is under your shoulder. Lift your hips, extend your left leg over, come into your side plank. Holding firm. And start to circle around with that upper arm. And reverse. And bring your hands down, knees in, back into downward facing dog. And just step your left leg forward into sun pose. Stretch out the psoas on the right. We'll get in a little twist. Lift your left arm up, relax your hips. Bring your hand back down. Let your back foot come down onto the floor. Bring your left hand inside the left leg. Bring your right hand alongside the body. Now press up into warrior two. open and powerful. Now straighten your knee, give the thigh a little rest here. Breathe a deep breath. Bend your your left knee once again. Now bend forward in your hips. Reach your left hand under your arm under that left leg and reach your right arm around. Hook your fingers and align your body. Bring your left hand down in front of the leg once again. Lift up into warrior two. We'll pivot facing the front. Bring your hands down, step back into down dog. Heels down, tilt hips up. And now step your right leg forward into sun pose. Stretch out in the psoas muscles on the left. You can assist that by lifting your chin. Now take the back foot and bring it down onto the ground. And lift. It'll be your right arm up. You might bring your heel back up off the floor into your twist. And then come back down. Bring your right hand in front of the right leg. Now bring your back foot down. Bring your left arm alongside the body. Activate your legs and press up into warrior two. Notice if this side feels stronger or weaker as you press up. Into your warrior two. Now bring the knee in. Just straighten that front leg. So activate your core, pulling the navel in and up, taking a breath. And again, bend the knee out. Hinge forward in your hips. Bring that right arm under the right leg. Bend the elbow. Lift the hand and align so that you can hook your fingers and open the chest and shoulders as well as the hips to the front. Just look up. Bring your right hand down onto the mat. Activate legs, press back up into warrior two. Pivot to the front, reach for the floor, press into down dog once again. And walk your feet in, Come into head to knee pose. Take arms out to the side and bring your torso so that it's parallel to the floor. Separate your feet hip width. Press down in the soles of your feet. Connect again with the earth. Lift your crown up and bring palms together. Just acclimate to being completely upright now. Taking a breath. Shift the weight over to your left leg. Lift your right leg and turn it out. You can either bring your right foot up your leg, or you can reach for it with your hand and pull in for tree pose. Take your time. Bring palms in. Open the knee once you get there. You can take your arms up as branches if you wish. My tree wants to dance. And bring palms in, step out of your tree. Pause for just a breath. Breathe out, shift the weight over to your right foot, turn out the left, and find your way into tree, whatever version of tree you want. Take your branches out if you wish. And bring hands back, let your foot down. Now, you may or may not be aware, I don't remember if you are or not. You can also come into a half lotus with your tree, bringing the foot on top of your thigh and pressing your knee down. I find it even more stable than classic tree pose. But just see how it is for you, if it feels good. Beautiful. Very good. And then the other side. Some days trees are a little more wobbly than others. Okay, so after you come out of your tree, your final expression of your tree pose, your completion, just step your feet apart and bring hands onto your hips. and shift the weight over onto your right foot and take your left leg out, just straight out from your, from parallel with the standing leg, supporting leg, and just pulse a few times out to the side. And bring it down, pulse a few times to the other side. And then we'll come down sitting. And then we'll rock a few times, a few spinal rocks, and then we'll come up into half shoulder stand and do our little jiggle for our organs. Also a little massage for your back. So if you feel you're ready, just roll back and kick up, come up a little higher onto your shoulders, placing your hip bones in the palm or heel of your hand. And then shake your legs all the way down into your abdomen. Get those organs back up where it's natural. And if you'd like, you can let your feet come down overhead in plow pose. If you want to pass on this, that's fine. You can bring your arms overhead, flex your feet and press your heels away. You get an awesome stretch on the back of your legs. Now, did everybody come into that one? All right, so what we're gonna do here, so come up really well on your shoulders if you can. Legs are overhead. Watch out for your hair or barrettes. Bring your hands just above your knees. The thumb is inside, the fingers are outside. Press your legs up with your arms. Straighten your elbows. And let your legs relax, being held by your arms and hands. So you're balancing on your shoulders and your neck. Relax your legs. Completely. They'll get very heavy. Now, bend your elbows and let your legs come back down, feet overhead. Bring your arms down onto the mat. Lift your chin and roll your back down onto the mat. Bring your legs down for fish pose. So make sure you're positioned on your mat. And roll side to side, bring your arms underneath you. I like to hook my thumbs to get my elbows really close together, and then spread out your fingers underneath your hips, straighten your legs, feel that little stretch in your core. Taking a breath and lift up onto your forearms. Open the shoulders and the chest. Take your head back and lower down, just touching the top of your head to the ground. So your legs are relaxed here, but your feet are flexed. All the work is up in the upper body. Feel your throat chakra open, your heart center, solar plexus. Relax your legs, just keep your feet flexed. Now roll back up, round your back, bring your chin up, separate your elbows, roll down using your core, complete control. Roll down onto your back, release your arms, turn your palms up, separate your feet, relax, just start your Shavasana right here. Breathe. Get as comfortable as you can. If you really need socks or a blanket or a cushion, whatever you need to do. Now, observing how the floor, representing the earth, supports you. Know that the divine intelligence is even bigger and more powerful. And that you are supported. Trust that even in challenging times, the universe only wants what's best for you. So just wiggle a little bit, take your head side to side, coming back slowly, staying relaxed and centered, but lift your knees up to your chest, take your arms out to the side and come into a little twist. Take your knees over to one side, turn your head opposite. And then come into your twist on the other side. Relaxing your spine, waking it up. And then rolling and press up into sitting. Bring your hands into your favorite mudra, whatever mudra you think you need in this moment, to seal in the benefits of your practice today and the trust that you have for Earth and the heavenly forces that watch over us. And then bring palms into prayer hands, Anjali Mudra. And may you have that trust and knowing in the deepest areas of your body, mind, every cell, trusting and knowing you are safe from all harm and the universe has your best interests at heart. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for being here.